Namaste, Jai Shiva. Let's talk about Atma and some technicalities related to Atma. So, each and every Atma has this Gyana of Sukha and Dukha. What brings you pain and what brings you happiness? That much Gyana each and every Atma on this planet already has. Now that Gyana, that wisdom could be polluted one, right? So come up with an example of, do you do anything ever? Just examine yourself. Or even for this matter, even go on examining other people around you. Do you think anybody ever does anything that purposefully brings pain to them or causes loss to them? The plain, simple, outright, flat answer is no. Still, I want you to write down, if you can come up with any such example that says yes, a person purposefully harms themselves, or purposefully tries to do something that brings pain to them. No, you cannot ever come up with any example for that. If you do write me an email, like we can talk about it. beingShivaFoundation@yahoo.com is the email ID. So you can write me an email about it if you ever come up with an answer. Now some people may come up with an answer, what about when some people commit suicide? They are harming themselves. Right away, they are taking away their life. Yet, as I said, their Gyana of Sukha and Dukha may be polluted one. So in that very moment, the pain of living life is so much for them that dying feels necessary. Dying feels easier. Dying feels painless. Because the pain of living life has become so much for them. That's the reason some people commit suicide. Right? Now you may say, what if somebody goes on drinking alcohol and they know they are going to die one day from their liver problem, or liver will fail, or whatever in their body may fail, and they are harming themselves, still they are doing it. Knowing that they are harming themselves, still they are doing it. No. In that very moment when a person is drinking, there is pleasure in it. There is happiness in it. Yes, afterwards, after they are done drinking, they will come back to their senses and realize that they shouldn't have done that. But in that very moment, there is some pleasure in it. So in that very moment, the Gyana of the moment was, oh, let me just drink. Let me just have one. So what? Let me just smoke one. So what? If my lungs are, lungs are on life support. So in that very moment, there is Gyana of pleasure. There is some Sukha that a soul is seeing in it. There's some Sukha in it. Yes, you can say it's a wrong information about Sukha, happiness. It's a wrong and distorted definition of happiness, which is true. It is the wrong definition of happiness. Some people get happiness after raping other people. Some people may get happiness after killing other people. Some people may get happiness at doing some other kind of cruelty. Some people may get happiness from robbing the bank, or, doing some whatever nonsense criminal things they can have. So the Gyana is polluted, no doubt about it. The Gyana of Sukha and Dukha is polluted in such people. There's no doubt about that. But no Atma does anything that brings pain to them in any given moment. No Atma does anything to themselves that does not give pleasure or happiness to them. So you will not find any examples of where somebody is doing something purposefully to invite pain to themselves, where somebody is doing something to themselves where they invite unhappiness to themselves, or where they let something go even though it was giving them happiness. Nobody does that. You may say, oh, spiritual seekers doing all kinds of tapasya, all kinds of hard spiritual exercises and this and that, and that's like inviting a lot of pain. Even doing pranayamas, breathing exercises can give you a lot of body pain initially, and lot of it's very hard thing to do for a lot of people, and yet they may go on doing it. So you may say they are inviting pain on themselves. No, what they will achieve by doing this is what gives them happiness, is the cause of their happiness, and that's the reason they are doing it. They know about moksha, they know about well-being, they know about something that they are trying to achieve. That goal may be even shaktis or siddhis or whatever, but their Gyana says that if you do this, then you are going to get that, and that is what you want. So in that very moment, no matter how painful it is, they are still doing that tapasya. So even this example is not going to fit. So come up and think about all the different things. So Atma possesses the Gyan of Sukha and Dukha. It may be a pure one, or it may be a polluted one. Now polluted one, we can give thousands and thousands of examples we can come up with. Okay? Attachment with car. Who says after you buy one car, after a year or two, you'll get used to of it, you'll start thinking about another car. Same thing is with any other object or subject in the world. Right? So we can come up with thousands of examples of polluted Gyana of Sukha and Dukha. But one example of pure Gyana of Sukha and Dukha. Pursuing your spiritual journey to attain moksha. Not to be born again and again. And to merge into Paramatma, into divine, as an Atma. That is the pure Gyana that an Atma has. Now, in lot of people, even that is a gray area. Why? On the surface level, they will say, okay, they want to attain moksha because they are just tired of being born again and again. No, that is their way of escaping life. So do not confuse with the people, those who are going on their spiritual journey because they want to escape life, because they want to escape situations, tough situations at home, in their worldly life, because they do not want to face lot of confrontations in their worldly life. So it's their escape from their wife, from their parents, from anybody, or they want to become a guru. They want to attain name and fame and some shaktis or some siddhis and have some supernatural powers and be the god. So I'm not talking about all such people. So even that is a gray area. But one example of pure buddhi, pure Gyana of Sukha and Dukha is that a soul, an Atma starts pursuing her spiritual journey, moving towards the source, moving towards and merging into Paramatma. So the purity of the Gyana is what makes a lot of difference. Purity of this Gyana of Sukha and Dukha is what actually puts us on the path of Vairagya. Vairagya happens as a result of this Gyana. That nothing is this samsara can ever give me. Eternal peace, eternal love, everlasting love. Or mukti, freedom from death and birth cycle. Only Paramatma can. Only myself as an Atma merging into Paramatma will make that happen. So when this Gyana, when the pure Gyana happens, pure wisdom happens to an Atma, that enough is enough, I have done enough I have lived enough, I have done enough. And I have suffered enough. There's no way to stop any of my suffering. I'll go on suffering continuously. In one way or the other. Through one way or the other. For one lifetime or many. I'll go on suffering. If I do not merge into Paramatma, into the source. So this purity, this is one of the main characteristic of Atma. You, me, as an Atma. This is one of the main characteristic. The Gyana of Sukha and Dukha. Either it's polluted or it's pure. If it's polluted, it will take you towards samsara. If it is pure, it will take you towards divine, towards the source. Namaste. Jai Shiva.